What up, everybody? This is Caveman. Welcome to Monday Night Mash. Um, First of all, before I get into the ladies' man question that everybody's been waiting on, uh, I wanted to ask y'all a question. What did y'all think about when the French president went on 60 Minutes after he spoke to Biden the other day and told them that they were going to have to resync they're going to have to resync the American and French relations, and said that some of the trade stuff could be flexible or fixed. uh, he told me he would be back Thursday. What's up, Michael G? How you doing, buddy? All right, McBean, you good? What's up, Dynamite? How is everybody? That's good to hear, Michael. But no, back to my original question. I mean, like, how stupid do you got to be for after you meet with the French president for him to have to go on national television and tell everybody that they're going to have to resync everything? I mean, I don't understand it. It don't make no sense because you got to be. Hey, what's going on, Max man? But I don't know. I mean, that's just crazy because he went on there that after or that evening and told all of this and said that 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 it was fixable with the trading stuff that they were trying to get over or whatever. And I don't know. Biden's done fucked up again, just like he always does. But I don't know. I mean, it's a crazy mixed up situation. But I just thought I'd get y'all's question on that or answer or whatever. Or thoughts. But I just thought it was stupid. I mean, like, how in the hell do you fuck up that bad and then have the French president going on national television in America telling everybody that they're gonna have to resync their like their friendship or whatever? Like, come on, that's just horrible. But anyway, all right, Bama Jen. I guess you're chomping at the bit to want to know what this whole like. Oh, how do you like the back that Biden served the French pres Maine lobster at dinner, even though he's shutting down the Maine lobster fisheries for us? What the hell? Now, how in the hell? That's some bullshit. All right, Bama, hold on. Yeah, now that's some bullshit. How in the hell is Biden going to do that and then shut down the lobster fisheries and shit up in Maine? But yet they're going. I don't get it. Oh my god. I don't know, man. Elon Musk is. Sometimes he's an idiot, and in other times I think he's a genius in some sense because some of the things he does is great. But that right there was I don't know. I don't know how what that'll affect because that was deep. Hey, I can't blame you there. That's definitely true, man. Dementia has messed up his brain. Yeah. I mean, think about it. That's what the whole point of the whole thing is. That's what government is, man. It caters to the rich. It always has, and it always will. Yeah, Elon Musk is retarded in a lot of ways, but like I said, in some ways, I can see things that he does that are smart, but then he turns around and does stuff that's just completely retardedly. Yeah, you're right. He's bipolar. And why in the hell would you? I don't know. I I don't understand all of that. But anyway, that's a good question. You're right, Bama. That's a I, yeah, that's a good question. Cause no, you just don't do that. You do not put the cross upside down. I mean, that's just something you don't do. Sorry. But honestly though, I mean, I don't know why in the world you would do that. That's just he's got something. And it ain't good. All right. Y'all want to know the ladies' man story? Okay. Oh, man. All right. This started way before, I mean, long before I was married and divorced or separated, I should say. And before my and before my fiance that passed away in 2013 before I was with her. Well, anyway, so anyway, the first story I can tell you is when I was 26 years old, I ended up dating a girl in Ohio that was 36 and she could have passed for a supermodel. That's one that's one thing I could tell you. But that one didn't last because I mean she ended up being you're right, Bama. It was disgustingly evil. Well, I don't know about all of them, but I mean, I can't say that because I'm not. I don't consider myself that kind of a person. Yeah, at that point, I guess she was a cougar, Ron. But anyway, so then a couple years after that, that's when I met my fiance that passed away, and I won't get into that because that was a tragic. That was a tragic event, and I won't go there. Um, but and Sheridan knows why. Oh yeah, you can write a tune about it, Joni, if you want. I don't mind. Figure out what you want to put in it. um, but no. Anyway, so after that happened, before I met my soon-to-be ex-wife, it's okay, Bama. It's not a problem. I mean, it was something that, well, I don't know. I didn't realize it was coming, but anyway. But I appreciate all of y'all's sympathy, though. I appreciate it very much. Um, but after all of that, I did meet a lady before I met my soon-to-be ex-wife. Um, she was oh, let's see. She actually was from Georgia, honestly. But that girl was nuts. So I ended up putting her back on a bus, just like I did with the girl from Michigan, like John told y'all. Hey man, that's pretty cool. If you was dating a chick that looked like Reba. Good evening, Frank. Hey, that was a long time ago. I don't even remember half of what that stuff was. I can remember some of the stories, but I don't remember them all because I'm not that. Hey, you there? What's up? But but no. Anyway, well, actually, if y'all want to get, if you want to get actually technical, and John can probably, he'll probably actually, if y'all ask him like Thursday when he does his podcast, ask him about this story. It happened just here at the Christmas parade the other day. I was standing over there talking to him, and we were talking about preparation, and all of a sudden, and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, the girl next to me was holding a baby, and I'd heard, and John had heard that her friend had just had like broke up with her boyfriend and was trying to get away from him. And then the next thing I know, she starts talking to me out of the blue, and I'm like, okay. So we struck up a conversation, but nothing ever came out of it. But it was just a weird coincidence because I wasn't even paying attention. And then the next thing I know, I'm being talked to from the left side, and I'm like, huh? And I'm like, oh, okay. Never stick my duck in crazy twice. All right. Shoot. He better learn to swim. I don't know, man. Bro, I have no idea. I just I'm just me. I have no idea. I'm not a chick magnet. I don't try to be. I just I mean, I just dress in whatever. Like at this moment, I have on a Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, 30 years of BWC celebrating 30 years of pro wrestling elite training camp. That's his T-shirt. I got it from over in Shawsville in Virginia. That's like about I don't know 35 minutes from where I live. I guess somewhere around in there, maybe. Oh, trust me, man. You can find those all day long. Oh, I know what you meant. It's a good word. Could be both. Michael, I ain't really sure. Could be the pheromones and the weed. I don't know. Could be the it could be the double dose. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just got good genetics. Hell, I don't know. I don't know what the hell is wrong. I I'm telling you, like I'm I'm a humble person. I try to be anyway. Like I don't try to over. I don't. I just I try not to, be like that. I just am who I am. No, Bam, I actually had things to do here. My mom needed help with other things at the house, so I stayed back and helped her. She had to get stuff from the attic, and I didn't want her to have to do that by herself. And so I helped her get those down, and then I helped her hang some pictures and stuff like that. You see that the old red truck in behind me? It actually lights up. She put lights in behind all of it, but she's kind of crafty. But so no, so no, I was helping her, so I didn't get out to go grab that stuff from John Friday. Hey, that's all I can do, man. That's all I can do, Carrie. That's all I can do is me be me. I don't try to be nobody else. I honestly don't, cause I mean, if I tried to be anybody else, I'd fall. I'd fall right on my face, and it wouldn't look pretty. I'd get up all bloody. That's true. I mean, that's the whole thing with me. If I can't be honest with you, then I'm not going to tell you what I feel, because I'm not going to sit here and just blow smoke at you, because that's just not how I am. Because I mean, if I'm going to tell you something, I'm going to honestly tell you what I think. Because like with Biden, I mean, how do you? I don't understand that. Well, I appreciate that, Bama. I appreciate it for everybody. Hey, there you go. The vibes attract the caveman tribes. That's a good song title. I'm gonna have to hold on to that. Might have to write that down. But no, honestly though, like I don't know. I'm just humble. I'm just who I am. I just try to be the best person and the best me I can be. Hey, I had to do the flare fall in that graveyard. I didn't see that tombstone, and it was so short. And I think it just come out of nowhere, because there wasn't nothing there when I first looked. And then the next thing I know, I'm doing a nosedive in the pavement. Well, gravel. Luckily, I did the flare fall. I'd have got hurt. Hey, country, what's going on, buddy? Beaver Eats. But no, honestly though, hey Jimmy Smith, it's good, buddy. No problem. Welcome to the house. I just got finished telling everybody what was up with the caveman story, or the ladies' man story, but I give them several instances, but I don't know. I am who I am, and that's all I can do. Hey, and better late than never, my man. Better late than never. Hey, Guttermouth, what's going on, Granny? Hey, trust me, I wasn't even drunk that night. I was ghost hunting that night. Me and Sheridan was out actually ghost hunting that night. It was crazy, because I'd looked away from the camera lens, looked down, and was watching where I was walking, and I had the camera held straight out like this, so I could see, like, in what was in front of me. But I was also looking at my feet. Well, next thing I know, out of nowhere, this tombstone just pops up, and I'm like falling on my face. And Sheridan can tell you the whole story too. Like, it's crazy. Like, I ended up like having to do the Ric Flair fall so I didn't get hurt. And luckily I studied him so I could. Because he was my favorite wrestler back in the 80s. Yeah. No. I didn't. I kept recording. But then the whole funny story about all of that though every piece of footage on that camera that night was corrupted. We didn't get a drop of footage that night. None of it. Didn't get the fall or any of it. It all just gone. But that is another thing I was going to do with y'all tonight. I was going to give y'all a ghost story I had from like when I was 12 years old. I don't know if I've ever told y'all this story or not. Now, Sheridan knows what I'm talking about. No, it wasn't a sunken grave. It was something that just popped up I'll be honest with you. I did not see no grave at all. And then the next thing I know, I'm tripping over it. I didn't see anything. And then boom, I'm doing the Ric Flair fall. So like, bam. and Sheridan turned around going, "You okay?" And I'm like, yeah. Dusting me and the camera off going, "Well, let me see. Yeah, it's good." It was still running. And I was like, how in the world? But then I didn't understand how in the world it all corrupted though. And I'm guessing it may have been the jar, but I don't know. Yeah, a much evil place. That's the story I'm getting ready to tell y'all. Oh, we caught a ghost in that cemetery. We caught them. We actually have footage on my other channel, but I don't have it linked right now. But I'll link it into the video after the live is over. But the story I'm getting ready to tell you is actually about that place. Hey, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. You can definitely that happens a lot. You can have batteries zapped. Me and her, I had a full battery on a camera once, and we were at the what they call the Dora Cemetery where I live, and we were in that cemetery, and I had a full battery. Like I had just charged it and put it in the camera. Luckily, I had a spare, but as soon as I turned that camera on, it went from completely full battery to about that far, from about that much of being empty, and then it just shut off. And I had to end up going back to the truck, getting the other battery, putting it in the camera, and then turning it back on. That's what, I mean, it was like that fast. I mean, it was instant. But no, like I said, this story I'm about to tell y'all happened to me when I was like 12 years old. And it happened in the cemetery that we were just talking about. Yeah, I know it. The Ric Flair fall. It's priceless, right? Hey, I can do it anytime I need to, though. And it keeps me from getting hurt. So it's just an automatic thing I do anymore. If I didn't do it, I would have got hurt that night because I mean it roughed my shin all the way up. I still got a scar from that. But anyway, back to the story. When I was 12 years old, my uncle lived on Dora Highway, which is the same place where the Dora Cemetery is located. So he lived on the back end of it where it's actually located, with my aunt. Well, me and my brother and my cousin and my cousin's cousin on his dad's side, which is no relation to me, we're all up there. And we went up to the back of the house, up behind the garage that his dad had built, that my cousin's dad had built, and behind the house that they had. So we go up the hill. Well, when we get to the very top of the hill, we didn't realize we were in a cemetery. Well, we see this branch coming out of this huge, I'm talking like probably 100 foot at the time. I'm like 12 years old, so I'm guessing. I'm saying it was 100 feet at least. Well, there was a branch that was growing out of the tree. It grew all the way down, come out of the tree all the way down into the ground. Well, my cousin's cousin on his dad's side gets the bright idea to shake that branch. Well, guess what happens, folks? When you shake a branch that is into the ground, that has grown into the ground, something will happen, right? Usually. You may not be able to shake it or whatever. Well, so he grabs a hold of it. Next thing I know, all you hear is and he does it like 4 times. And I'm thinking, dude, do not shake that branch no more. You're hitting a coffin. And he's like, I am not. About that time, the whole area, and this was 12 noon, the whole area turns pitch black, solid black. There is nothing going on. Like, I'm talking pitch black. There is like wall-to-wall blackness, just dark. And out of the darkness, where there was a group of trees, and I always, ever since then, I've called it the clearing. There was a lady, an image of a woman without a head, coming out of that tree line. Standing beside her were 2 hellhounds that stood about 6 or 7 foot tall and had red bloodshot eyes. Well, at that point, I do a 360 and just take off down the hill. Because I'm getting the hell out of there. Because that is not what I wanted to see. And regardless, about, I guess 20 some years later, 25 years later, I went back, and me and Sheridan went back, and we figured out what was in there. No, I didn't get her number. I didn't want it. After seeing that, I didn't even want to be where I was at. Like, I was 12 years old, and I was like 230 pounds at the time at 12 years old. And I beat my 2 cousin. Well, I beat my cousin down, who was a 6-minute miler, and my other my cousin's cousin, who was another like 4-minute miler. I beat both of them to the house. You'll call me now because I can do it. I'm ghost certified, man. I do have other ghost stories though. There's more than just that one. Oh, trust me, I wasn't on nothing when I saw those. That was way before I actually started smoking. That was like 3 years before I started smoking. Yeah, a ghost to be a ghost. That's like when I was I think I was like 22. My one of my younger cousins wanted me to come hang out with him one night, and he was like 15 at the time. So we were up in his room playing video games, and then we decided, all right, we was going to pass out. And it was around 11, 12 o'clock. Well, about 3 o'clock, I get this idea that I need to go to the restroom. So I get up, or I start to. Well, I turn over, and I look, and in the apartment that my cousin lived in, it was an old apartment. Well, anyway, I look over, and they've got these huge windows in this apartment, and you had to have drapes that go from the ceiling to the floor. Well, anyway, so I turn over to get up. Well, I see a shape of a woman looking out the window like she was about to cry. Lonely. Had the shade pulled, like the curtain pulled back, looking out the window like she was about to cry, looking for like somebody lost. So needless to say, I didn't go to the bathroom. I just turned over and went back to sleep. But then it wasn't long after I asked my cousin who I'd stayed with my I asked her his mom, which is my which is my cousin. His mom was, and I asked her, and I said, "Have you ever experienced anything weird in there?" And she was like, "Oh yeah." She said there was a night one time. She said there was a radio playing, and nobody had a radio on anywhere in the building, and there was like 4 or 5 apartments in that building, and nobody said anything. They said, "No, we don't have a radio on." And it sounded like one of the old Victrolas. So nobody ever had one, and nobody said that they were playing any music that sounded like they were playing it off of Victrola. So I was like, this is nuts. So, and then I can't remember where that apartment building is because I've always wanted to go back and check it and always talk to maybe talk to the landowner and see if I could go actually go in it and if it's not condemned or whatever, and maybe be able to go in and investigate it sometime. But I can't remember where that apartment building is. I'd have to ask my cousin where it was at. Jim Smith, it's crazy, my man. Yeah, ghosts are everywhere, dude. You're right, North Cal. What's up, Wisconsin 4 boy? Oh yeah. Yeah, you can tell when there's spirits and the supernatural about. I mean, yeah, demons are everywhere too, Bambi. You're right, and you got to watch out for them I because I honestly, when I'll put it to you this way, when me and Sheridan went back up there to Dora, that's pretty much what apparently that's pretty much what my cousin's cousin awoke when I was 12 years old was like a demon. But let's just say that it was named a witch, but from what I saw, it was completely a demon. Jim, you better be careful. Go to mouth. I don't know about all that, but I'll take your word for it. Hey, X man, yeah, you can definitely. We got photo proof of some that we caught in a over where we call well, it was actually the Battle of Cloyd's Mountain. It was where uh oh shoot, I forget well, it was anyway. We took photos and stuff around there, and it was kind of crazy because we had one. The photo is actually of a soldier kneeled up against a tree with his hand out like this, and you can actually see a gun in the outline in like a smoke. It looks like a smoky haze. All right, I'll have to do that. I haven't yet, but I have definitely thought about it. I'd love to go do a live one. That would be awesome. I would definitely do a live one. I might have to do one up there at the Dora Cemetery the next time I go. Oh yeah, you can definitely get sounds you won't identify if you just leave a tape recorder running up there, and the white noise and everything else. Oh, trust me, Bama, I know. I've used the Ouija board, but I do not. No, I don't mess with them. I don't screw with them. I properly use them, and then we properly close them. Hey, country heat, trust me. I've actually seen people that have been scratched. Trust me, Brian. Believe me, buddy. You don't. Some ghosts are okay, and then others are, I don't know. McBean, it's a possibility. It could have been either one. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff like that. NorCal, them two wouldn't go. They've already told me, they're like, no, you ain't getting me to go ghost hunting. Now, John said he might do some Bigfoot hunting with me, but he would never go ghost hunting with me. I can see that. Yeah, I definitely know what had your ex-husband Carrie running from Dora Sheridan. Trust me. And he didn't believe in nothing before that. He went to the car and he told everybody in the car, he's like, I'm never coming back. And he said, if y'all coming with me, he said, you better hurry. He said, because the train's leaving. So we ended up having to pack up and leave right then. He got scared. Well, no, honestly though, to give y'all the backstory to that, honestly, what happened was we was up there, and this is how we found out that there was a witch up in that cemetery up there, which I honestly believe has morphed into a demon, but because of what I saw when I was 12. But anyway, back to the story. So we're up there, and we're using the Ouija board, and we find out that there's a witch there, and there's only two of us that it can mess with, and me and Sheridan were the two that it couldn't. And for some funny reason, the next thing we know is her ex-husband turns ghost pale white, and he says, come on, we're getting the hell out of here. Next thing I know, she looks at me and she goes, we better hurry up because he's serious. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, because the train's leaving. And I'm like, all right, well, so we pack up. And then she tells me, like, a good while later, she said, you know what? She said, he told me that something grabbed him around like this and started pulling him and choking him. And she said that's what scared the shit out of him. And she said he didn't believe in none of that shit before all that happened. And it's crazy. Now, Jim, I can tell you a story about the same Dora cemetery that me and her was actually when we did an investigation up there. It was pitch dark. It was around 9-10 o'clock at night. Now, woodpeckers are not nocturnal, so there was no woodpeckers out at this time. So the funny thing was, we were doing like a dowel rod session, and we were getting answers from them. So next thing we know, we look at them. We're sitting there and we're talking to this, I don't know, entity or whatever, and it's answering our questions. Well, the next thing I know, we hear this weird sound. And I said, well, can you do that again? And we hear it twice. Then the third time, I said, okay. I said, if that's you making the sound, I said, knock on this tree 3 times. Well, the next thing I hear is, and I'm like, what the? Oh, shit. And she hears the same, and Sheridan heard the same thing I did because it was the same night. And I'm like, this is nuts. And it was right at the tree we were standing by because I pointed to the exact same tree. And then I look up in the tree and I'm shining a flashlight and everything, and you can't see nothing. There's nothing in that tree. And I shine it all the way to the top. But that's in the investigation. I'm actually going to post that video over here at some point because that video, it's crazy. Y'all just have to see it. peck or hide it. Oh my God. Wow. Hey, tweakers up here are stupid too. Trust me. We got some stupid ones here too, Granny. Trust me, they some dumbass tweakers up here. Yeah, that's the show I was telling you about. That I'm posting over here. Sometime this week. I'm actually going to post that show over here, off of the other channel. Yeah, yeah, the intelligent knocking. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, we got that on. We got that on our first Dora investigation. But yeah, like honestly though, I mean, it was it was a crazy thing. I'm telling y'all. Oh yeah, they definitely know what they're doing when they get on that stuff. It is crazy. I don't know why they get on it. I don't see the appeal. Yeah. Hey, I don't know where he's at today. I guess he since he's in YouTube jail, I guess he doesn't want to you know, make the YouTube people mad, so he's just staying away from YouTube until he can come back. Yeah, he did. He got put in YouTube jail. Like he'll be back Thursday, or at least that's what he told me. When I was at the or at the Christmas parade this past weekend with him. But it's crazy though. I don't honestly know. He tried to explain it to me, but it had something to do with something he said. But he actually, from what he understands, from what he told me, he said he didn't actually say it. But yeah, basically, that's what happened. Brian, you're right. He spoke the truth. That's exactly what happened, honestly. But and then the powers that be at YouTube don't like that stuff, so they give you a strike. And when you get one of those, when you get a strike on your account, then that's what he said. I can't say that, but Bama Jin, you hit the nail on the head. That's what he told me. He said he talked about that, and that was what got him. I can't say it, but I will say that. Because if I say it, I'm gonna get the same strike he did, and then I'll be off for another week or two or whatever it'll be. But yeah, exactly, McBean. Exactly, Bama. Y'all both are right. Yeah, just for that. 15 acres and a mule. I better calm down. I'm gonna get throw off of YouTube too. 40 acres and a mule. But anyway, it's sad, man. That kind of stuff. But I tell you one thing though. He'll be back. and he and he'll tell you. That's possible, Gary. I don't know. You know how this stuff goes. But he'll be back. He'll be back stronger than ever. You know how he is. he ain't gonna keep his tongue tied. He will give them his honest opinion on everything that he actually knows, and everything that he has found out will come out when he gets it. And when he goes live, y'all will know. And it'll be an epic. I have a feeling. Oh, okay. See, I'm not on Rumble. I don't know. I'd have to check it out. That is true. But they also like poking our eyes out too. Like, just so we can't see what they're doing over there. What up, big country? Hey man, next week, big country, I'm going to unveil a new banner. I've got ideas. I just haven't fixed it yet, and I got home too late this evening to finish it. So just be looking for it next Monday. Oh yeah, like when the show starts, I've got a new start banner for it. I got to figure out. I got to check on StreamYard on how to load up to actually load up a video, like a start video. That's what I plan on, big country. You'll see. It's part of what I'm actually getting ready to do. That's what I'm actually going to use. I will. I'll let her know, Carrie. Thank you. She's not here at the moment. She's actually at work. She still works like 3 days a week, and she's 73. You ain't stopping that woman from doing nothing. I couldn't slow her down if I put a chain around her. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, my mom, she's a spunky lady. Oh yeah, I can understand it. I mean, I'm not a young chicken anymore. I'm 47 myself. And I work every day. Yeah, we got to anymore. If you don't, you're not going to make it. Like, it sucks. But I mean, you really do. You got to do what you have to do to make it in this world anymore. I mean, whether it's, well, I guess I kind of am a spring chicken in some sort, but trust me, my bones tell me otherwise. When it gets cold, my knees are going, you idiot. You shouldn't have played football when you're backyard football, play tackle without pads when you were like 20, 18 to 20, 25. Yeah. Granny, I understand what you're saying, sweetie. You're good. Trust me, I definitely get it. Shoot. I just respect everybody that I know and everybody that I've met and all of y'all because I mean all of y'all are good people. And that's from straight from me. to everybody in the room. But oh, okay. I think they're talking about something that happened in the yeah, pretty much, I guess. Somewhere around there. I wish I had a new shotgun story. I haven't figured out which shotgun I'm going to get yet. I'm still checking on the Mossberg, and then I've also looked into a Remington, and then I don't know. I just ain't really sure what I want. Well, actually, Jen, I actually went to the store and got stuff to make soup with. I've stocked some canned vegetables. I'm doing that this week, and I've cut and actually I'm going Wednesday because that's when I actually get paid, and I'm going back to the store and doing some more shopping, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do this week. I'm thinking about getting doing like iron skillets. But starting to, getting prepped for like if I have to go off grid or whatever. But plus, I just like, I like cast iron. They're good skillets. But no, actually, I didn't buy that skillet that day. Now that was just something me and John was doing for the channel. We were just, going around acting like we were actually going to buy stuff, but it was just a challenge to see what everybody would buy. And that's when I bought the skillet and a fishing pole, and then I said, that's pretty much all I needed. he said, dude, he said, what are you gonna do with a fishing pole and a skillet? I said, I'm gonna feed myself. He said, how you gonna do that? I told him, I said, easy. I said, all you gotta do, I said, there's stuff called watercress that goes in streams. I said, or you can go, or you got what they call mountain cress, or you got like mountain oysters, which are like, little mollusk or whatever. And then you got what they call like well, my uncles and them used to call them mountain shrooms or whatever, but they look like little Christmas trees. They used to get them when they went into the woods in West Virginia, but where they live. But yeah, dandelions, anything. I mean, you can, yeah, like there's all kinds of stuff you can eat. That's what he didn't understand. I'm like, dude, you can survive off of just that. I mean, they can be, but no, there's other stuff that's mountain oysters too. There's a lot of stuff that people give everything different names. Nah, actually, I'm off this Friday. I'm thinking about. I gotta text him and let him know that I'm actually gonna come this Friday. Because if I ain't got anything to do this Friday, like if mom ain't got me tied up or whatever, I don't know if I would thrive, but I'll survive. I'll live, and I know how. I can build a lean-to, or if I have to, I mean, there's other things that I can do, other shelters and whatnot. Yeah, Ron, you're right. They are nuts. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. I try, but no, I do. I can build a lean-to. That's one thing I was, like I said, like one other time when we were all talking, that I was going to show y'all that I can, when it gets warmer outside, I want to go out into the woods and set up a camera and actually, do some of this stuff. And, but oh Lord. Bull balls. Woo. Yeah, that's another word for it. But some people eat it. Well, some people call a bull ball a delicacy. But I'm not eating them either. I'm just saying there's that kind of stuff. People eat monkey brains too. Oh yeah. You're right, big country. Yeah, it is here too. But no, it's like I say, a lot of people in different places call it different things. So I wasn't sure what anybody called anything. But I know here we call it we call bull balls mountain oysters. But now you can find like the little, and I mean, like, you can eat crayfish. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can get. Crawdads. I mean, crayfish, crawdad, same thing. Uh, I mean, there's all kinds of. I mean, you go out into the woods, you can get shit. Let's see. You got onions. You can get radishes out of the woods. You can get raspberries, blackberries. There's all kinds of stuff you can go to. Now, I don't know about no squirrel head. I ain't know about that. I do eat squirrel gravy. I do like that. I can honestly say I do love squirrel gravy, and I will do that. I I don't know. I've never had a crawdad. I really haven't. I don't know if they taste like what they taste like or anything because I've never ate one. Oh, yeah, I want to see that. That is actually on my watch list on Netflix. That's something I have to watch, Carrie. You're right. I definitely need to watch that. I'm gonna have to. Okay, Jim. I'll try one, but I ain't too sure about it. I know a lot of people crack the tail and then I don't know. I've seen them do it on like oh crap, swamp people. Okay. Yeah, huckleberries are good too. I like sassafras root to make tea out of. That's another good thing. Sassafras is good for your lot. You can cook with it too, and it's good. It's good for a lot of stuff, honestly. Finger food. I like that. Yeah, sassafras is good. Yes, it is. Very good for your blood. Um, I mean, there's a lot of stuff well, even you can go, well, even ginseng. You find that out in the woods. That's medicine. I mean, they use it for medicine all over the world. I mean, that's why it's so sought after. Like, the price of ginseng is high. Like, it is like astronomically high. That's something else you could probably get into that would net you a decent profit if you got enough sang. You're right, big country. That's exactly what my dad used to call it. He said he was going singing. Oh, dang, Chewbacca. Oh, I definitely need a shotgun for sure. Either that or I need to get one of my cousins to bring me a squirrel one day. Hey, hickory nuts are good, but you don't want to eat them. Nah. Uh, I'm kidding. Um, Black walnuts are really good, Jim. You that those are good. Nah, hickory nuts are good too. I'm that's one of my favorite pies is a pecan pie. I like those. One of my favorite trees, and I wish I had one, but and I need once if I can ever get a piece of property or whatever of my own, I want to actually get I want to get a willow tree. I've always loved the willow tree. Wow. Well, it was a drier season this year, wasn't it, Jen? Or was it more rainy? Well, actually, it should be, and they will be. And you could do it that way. You could snare trap something or box trap it, whatever. Yeah, a willow tree is awesome. That's like my favorite tree out of all the trees. That's the tree I want. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a hickory and a maple, but a willow tree, man, it just gives you that. It's got that class look. I don't know what it is. It's just pretty. I know a dude calling something pretty. I know it's weird, but hey, sue me. I ain't got nothing to do anyway. But no, honestly, but no, I do. That's just one of my favorite trees. Hey, you're right, Jim. Wild lettuce. Yeah, yeah. Morel mushrooms are always the ones. I think that's the ones my uncles used to try to go get. They look like little trees, don't they? I'm not sure. I might have looked those up. I forget what they were called. I looked them up one other time and I can't remember what I called them or what they were called. But my uncles and them used to go get them all the time and then they would fry them or boil them. They would cut them up and put them in all kinds of different stuff. but I don't remember what they're called. But anyway, it's all good. Well, I guess the runoff race in Georgia's heating up now. But you know how that's going to go. Ron Reno, that's a good tree. That'd be a great tree. Yeah. Yeah. I hope Walker wins, but they said that Warnock had a slight lead at the moment. But hopefully they'll turn everything around tomorrow. I say a willow branch did wear your butt out back then. Shoo-wee. I'd hate to get whooped by one of them because I know them branches have to be strong to hang like they do. You ain't seen Acapulco go since the 70s with Wisconsin farm boy? Wow. Yeah. And plus, they keep throwing trash on poor old Herschel Walker. And he's not, and I don't know if he's doing himself any favors either by stepping in it. Beaverines and FBJ or FJB, I should say. Shit. Say it backwards. All righty, everybody. Well, as I see the old clock on the wall says it's 10:08. It is about that time. I guess I should get off of here and get myself ready for another day's work. You all have a good evening. We will talk again next Monday. And I promise I will honestly have a new banner or a new picture. And thank you, North Cal. I appreciate that, bud. Hey, y'all have a good evening. We shall see y'all next Monday. Until then, Beaver Eats! Caveman out. God bless.